Mic'd up.
Welcome everybody to On the Tee Florida is Mic'd Up. This episode is brought to you by Sea Dog Brewing Company, Treasure Island, Florida. Each week we feature the golf weather for the tour event of the week, and this week it's the Valero Texas Open. I am PGA Golf Professional John Rager, and joined by Bill Storoe, who will give you his unique insights and banter on the golf weather and the tour event this week. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Bill Storoe.
Woohoo! Howdy there, partner. Yeehaw! Wild Bill's coming here from the BGA, the Backyard Golf Association in North Central Florida. This week, the PGA Tour is going to San Antonio, Texas for the Valero Texas Open. So, when in Texas, we got to wear our cowboy hats.
Here we go. I got my cowboy hat today. I'm ready for the Valero Texas Open.
Me too, buddy. Now I got my stick in my mouth. So, when in Texas, I'm not sure what's going to be more exciting this week, Coach, at the Valero Texas Open. Is it going to be the golf or is it going to be the weather? We are now in the spring weather season for Texas, and that can be a crapshoot for all you might know. It appears this week may be a little bit of a weather roller coaster. The forecast in San Antonio at the TPC San Antonio looks like a mixture of sun, cloud, rain, and thunderstorms. Yes, it is. We're going Thursday is going to be partly cloudy with temperatures ranging from 71 to 83 degrees with a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Mostly in the morning with southeast sustained winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 25. Friday will have similar temps of 71 to 83 degrees, but will be mostly cloudy with minimal chances of rain and a little bit of sun. But the winds are going to increase to 15 to 20 miles of sustained winds with gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Saturday comes in with a boom with 80% chance of thunderstorms and a temperature drop with a high of only 76 degrees and a hopefully decrease in the wind situation after the storms pass through. Sunday, storms come back again with rain and thunderstorms continued at 40% chance, and temperatures are going to drop down to a chilly 65 for Texas. Looks like the players and the spectators are going to need to bring their umbrellas and trade their cowboy boots in for some rain boots and possibly stuff some bungee cords in there to tie themselves to some trees. And there will be plenty of trees at the Oaks course at the TPC because all the fairways are lined with trees. And there's also a lot of very deep bunkers, and they may become possibly small lakes with all the rain we might be happening. And with that one big bunker sitting in the middle of the 16th green and those velocity winds, it could be a bunker of a week at the TPC San Antonio there, John. And don't forget to look out the window and remember the Alamo.
You know, you're just not going to get that kind of stuff on the Weather Channel, that's for sure. So,
no way.
You know, Wild Bill, I really appreciate that report. I can tell you that that will help a lot of people out, especially on that umbrella reference. You know, people don't realize that you got to bring an umbrella in case it's going to rain. So with that, you know, we on the Wild Bill Golf Weather Report, it's more than just weather. We like to talk about stuff that's relevant to the PGA Tour that week. That you know, once you start watching the PGA Tour, you're going to forget about all the pregame stuff like we're doing. So what we want to do is have something that might be useful to our viewers, and we're going to talk about what they call the Texas wedge.
Woo!
Now, Bill's going to be able to demonstrate this in a few minutes, the Texas wedge, but for our viewers out there, the Texas wedge is if you're just off the green, maybe 10, 20 yards, maybe a little further, use your putter. Hey, Bill, why don't you hold up a putter close to the camera? He's going to run and go get his putter, and I'll show you why a putter is a popular tool to use around the green.
This is my putter.
Why don't you hold the head of the putter up? Hold it
and
up
this is
upright.
The old hickory putter.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's for hillbilly golf, Bill. Come on, that's hillbilly golf. Hey, go ahead and hold your putter upright. Okay, there you go, and hold the face of the putter sideways to the camera if you can't turn it. There you go, and get a little closer to the camera if you can. And for our viewers out there, you may not be able to see this, but there's a little bit of loft on the face of that club. You know, there's a degree or two loft on every putter.
1.5 degrees on this one.
Yeah, 5 degrees because it's meant for the ball.
1.5.
1.5. Man, you like to roll it. Hey, you got a golf ball, Bill?
Yes, I do.
Oh, go get a golf ball. we need a property manager here to come up with all this props. Now hold the ball up to the, there you go. So what happens is when you actually hit a putt, even though the greens are closely mown, the grass on a green is only like a 32nd of an inch at some of the finer golf courses. So when you hit a putt, the ball actually lofts up in the air just slightly and then begins the roll. Because if it didn't, then we get stuck in the grain and you wouldn't get a good roll on it. So that's the way a putter's designed. So imagine if you're trying to use a Texas wedge, you would grip it like a golf club and you would use it like a little chipping iron. Remember those cheater chippers, Bill? You had both sides of the club, you know, and you
Oh, that
could
used to be my favorite club till I got better.
until you became a real golfer, but they're called cheaters. So with that's what a Texas wedge is, and it's meant. It comes up from Texas because it's windy in Texas. A lot of hard pan golf courses out there. Not everything you watch on television in Texas. You know, the TPC this week at Royal Oaks is going to be great because it's plush. Hey, you get out there in Texarkana somewhere, you get out there in Waco, Texas, you get a lot of places out there. It's hard pan. So golf is actually best played on the ground in those conditions. So that's why you would use a Texas wedge. So with that, WildBill, why don't you just do a little demonstration? Plus, I understand you got a fashion statement to make too. Let's go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, I do. So we're gonna drop this down a little bit so we can see everything, and maybe move a little bit closer. Can we see the bottom of the hole right here? We can see the hole.
Well, I can see the hole. So our viewers, they'll be the tail of the tape. They'll send us comments if they can't see anything, but I can see it. So I think
So
the world's going to be able to see it.
there's several different ways that we can do a Texas wedge. Okay, I gotta make sure I got you in the picture here.
You're
Wait,
there, baby. I got you.
way number one is we can use a putter. So these, I gotta show you my flag stick here. These are 9-inch plastic pots that have been sunk into the ground because this isn't a real green, and we already knew that. All right. And we're going to go there and demonstrate our putting skills here. First with the putter. So if I take a putter, I'm about 10 feet away. See? That's why you got to get it elevated a little bit. So if we do this, not very good there. So some people might go to a 7-iron, get a little bit of loft on it. See how we can do with that. Up, getting closer. Almost. Or we go to my favorite. This is my personal Texas wedge when I'm around the green. It's a utility wedge. Why? It gets up a little bit higher. We can do this. Maybe I'll get lucky and get one in. Or if you get really bored, you can do like the old men do and use our real Texas wedge, the cowboy boot. 1, 2, 3. There we
That's
go.
excellent. So
That's
hey,
how to
Bill,
use a Texas wedge.
well, thank you for that foot masher you used. That's a term from yesteryear. But also thank you for the bad golf. That was great.
Well,
It
it's
wouldn't be fun if you were just like draining everything. But your backyard golf course there, it's all kinds of grass. So you're not mowing. You don't have greens out there. You just have closely mown area. What
yep.
kind of grass is that back there that you're
Well,
actually trying to putt on?
this right here is some scattered St. Augustine right here that's growing in with some weeds. We're still in the spring season here, so once the grass starts growing in, I'll come out here and start mowing it a little tighter, and we'll start rolling it, and it'll be a little better. But we still are just coming out of out of winter. You got to remember, we just had a freeze about 4 weeks ago, so stuff's just starting to green up right now, which is, by the way, starting to look pretty nice. But we do have 5 holes laid out here. The 6th hole had to be taken down around the bamboo because we were doing some work around there. But they're all 9-inch pots in the ground. Bamboo flag sticks. Comes from my personal bamboo farm over there. And the flags are made so we can easily take them on and off just out of PVC and whatever flags I can find on eBay.
Well, that's great. Well, Bill, what we're going to do next week. Next week is Masters Week.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure that flag is going to be a Masters flag. And
Yes, it
we're gonna
is.
tickle our viewers out there. You may want to watch. We have some special memorabilia, actually signed by Tiger Woods,
Yes,
that
we
we are
do.
going to show off.
Yes,
We're
we
not going to
do.
give it away. We're not going to sell it,
Oh
but
no,
we
it's
are
one of a
going to
kind.
show it off.
One
We're
of
going
a
to show
kind.
that off. All right. Well, there you have it. Wild Bill Storoe, thank you very much. And
Absolutely.
for I tell you what, I just enjoy these things. I can't wait for every week to do another episode of Wild Bill's Golf Weather. And so
Woohoo!
for we're gonna sign off now, Bill. Here we go. You ready? You got so much enthusiasm, but it's time to sign off. So here we go. So for at Mic'd Up Social, at John Rager PGA, at Wild Bill Storoe, at On the Tee Florida, at Sea Dog Brewing Company, Treasure Island. Always remember to carry an umbrella in case it's raining. We'll see you next week.
Woohoo!